Just a weird little thing I noticed about Generations. But on the whole, Generations is probably the best Sonic game in 3D Sonic in recent memory. But I do have a slight nitpick where no Sonic game has really... Shoot, I didn't think that would actually work. Yep, that was totally not planned, but worked. I didn't die for it, so cool. It's like, I think of like the intro cutscene of Sonic Unleashed and how much went into that production, and I kind of missed that. It's like the opening of Unleashed is like one of the best Sonic like cutscenes, I would say, possibly ever. And it just doesn't feel like they ever really have made anything to that caliber ever since. And that was in like, what, 2008? Alright, now I'm really concerned I missed that down there. It's probably something important. So it's like, even if I think Generations is the better game, I actually think more... The production values of Unleashed are, I think, better. I kind of wish Generations had that level of, like, super... good, polished storytelling and cutscenes. Again, it's like, it feels weird to be like, oh, yeah, I wish Sonic games had more, like, ambitious storytelling. It's like that little opening of Unleashed showed like a glimpse that it could be done successfully, and I wish they had stuck with that. So we didn't miss anything back there, that's good. But yeah, I will say, I wonder what is the most consistent video game franchise? What series has had the best track record? You know, not necessarily the best games, but just overall. And because I just realized a potential answer I could get. I apologize, but I'm saying right now that, actually, no, technically... No, that doesn't count, right? I was gonna joke about Skies of Arcadia being the most consistent because they technically had one game in a remake. Which I suppose would be a true statement, but not really a series in the traditional sense. I actually would almost say Kirby, because I feel like most Kirby games are pretty consistent. Like, some aren't as good as others, but in general, Kirby I feel like has a pretty consistent track record. Even Mario has more duds than Kirby, I would say. I like Star Allies, though. I don't think it's as good as most. I think it's still like one of the bottom tier Kirby games, but it's still like not horrible, like some say. It's just kind of too basic for its own good, kind of. For me, at least. It tries to be nostalgic but also accessible, and it feels like it doesn't do either well. So this level's fascinating, because it actually introduces continuity that holds for the entire rest of the franchise. The Halberd you can see in the background from Superstar, and this is why you see it in every other game, because Meta Knight's over here trying to raise the Halberd from the ocean from the end of his mode in Superstar. Yeah, it's not a very good single-player game because of how... also because of damage scaling. That is one legitimate criticism I have for Star Allies, is single-player damage scaling is really bad, because if you have 4 allies that are AI, you could just... or 3 allies that are AI, you can just sort of shred through every boss, because the health scaling is not enough when you have 4 people but only 1 human. Or 4 characters but 1 human. Yeah, I actually like Star Allies more than most though, I'll be honest. But even then, it's kind of a hard recommend because it again tries to thread the needle between nostalgia and accessibility, and so it's like if it's your first Kirby game, you're gonna miss a lot of the references. But it feels like it's designed to be a first Kirby game, so it's in this kind of weird nebulous void of trying to please both audiences. But like the point still stands. How many like air quote bad Kirby games have there been compared to like potentially like bad games in other series? So I don't know where this last chest is now that I'm thinking about it. Shoot. We actually need that power up, I think. So yeah, like, what was I gonna say? I'm also in the weird boat of I actually generally like all Zelda games, which is not a common opinion. There are some that I don't really care for. Obviously Zelda 2 and Zelda 1 obviously are towards the bottom, but on the whole I feel like I enjoy most Zelda games. So this room is complicated. It's like this little door maze, so you have to pick the right doors. Wow, that was actually really easy. It's like with Mario, I'm trying to think of... I guess also with Mario it's a little bit difficult because you have to also differentiate mainline versus, spin-offs. Because, like, if you go by spin-offs, there have been a lot of bad Mario spin-offs, but, if you go by main series... I feel like Odyssey is one of those games that overstays its welcome pretty by a lot, kind of. And that's kind of its problem. I picked the wrong door, by the way. I legitimately don't know what the right combination is. Who's this? Shoot. Wow, I'm just making all the wrong decisions. Yeah, there's a novelty. I will say I personally prefer Breath of the Wild to Odyssey. Partly on the merit of there's generally more to see out of Breath of the Wild than Odyssey, which is a lot more straightforward. Alright, now how do we get this first chest? I did not mean to do that super attack, but okay. It's like, I feel like in this day and age though, I don't really mind Breath of the Wild, partly just because I don't replay many games anyway. The only time I really replay games is if I really like them, or if it's for a stream. I need to go middle, don't I? Yeah, I need to go through the middle door again, because that's what I did last time, I think. Yeah, because I messed up the Waddle Deep room. Okay, so it's the top switch. I thought it was the bottom for some reason. It's like, as an example, like a Tales game, which takes like 70-80 hours if you want to 100% it. Probably 40 if you don't. But it's just kind of nice to have games that you don't feel an urge to replay. I feel like Fire Emblem is really unique, and I'm seeing a lot of people having this moment of like finishing the game and then being like, I actually want to replay this game, which is kind of unusual nowadays. Yeah, I definitely screwed that up really badly. I think Breath of the Wild, I personally think Breath of the Wild, at least, to some extent, I could replay. I don't really see myself replaying Odyssey, to be honest, as much as I do enjoy both. Again, unless it is for like a stream, which I might do at some point. I haven't really decided what I'm gonna be streaming. I want to do like older games, like retro stuff, soonish. I want to play through Golden Sun again, because it's been literally almost 10 years.